Welcome to your March Tarotscope for 2020. So today we're going to be discussing what's going on and what you can expect in the areas of health, wealth, relationships, and also your personal spiritual practice this month. Now, as you know, before we get started, I like to do a little bit of overall umbrella energy just in case there's things that get missed in these other areas that you need to be aware of. And I'm glad that I did this month, especially because what's going on here for you guys, I think this is an important message and word of caution. What's happening here is you guys are having way too much fun. Now, I know this doesn't sound like a problem, but what's happening is you're so excited about having all this fun, but what it's doing is it's creating an imbalance in other areas of your life. So things are going to start crashing and burning if you don't put kind of like a kibosh on the good times, right? So that's not to say you shouldn't have any fun, but what's happening is you need to strike a better balance because you're going too heavy on the social time and the activities and traveling or whatever it is that's going on, and you're not paying enough attention to the things that you really need to be paying attention to, right? Like you can't be starting a business if you're not focusing on what you need to be doing. So these are some examples of some areas where things might be kind of crashing and burning on you if you don't pay attention and kind of slow down a little bit. So have a little fun, don't have too much fun, but spread it around a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to start talking about health. What's going on in the health sector of our life for March? So it looks like you guys have actually gained some really good skills here, right? So what's happening is with the Three of Pentacles, so this is a card of kind of like mastery and knowledge. So you have acquired a lot of things that are important. What I'm getting the message from Spirit right now too is it's telling me that you have this level of mastery and such because you need to share. Right? And I think that's the one great thing about life. Sometimes we go through really tough things or hard times because we need to be able to show somebody else that they can do that too. Or to be able to give somebody some perspective on like kind of where they're at because they're kind of stuck in like kind of just circling the drain and feeling negative about stuff. Or they just don't have a lot of information and they don't know where to get it, but you can kind of share what you know or what you've been through with them. And that's genuinely helpful. So what I'm seeing this month with health is you're on top of your stuff and you've come to a place where you're doing what you can do with what you've got and you're doing a great job and you're also taking that knowledge and sharing it with other people. So that's something that you should be focusing on or be aware of or looking for this month in March. Now, the next thing that we want to do is we want to talk about like our finances and what's happening with our money this month. And that can relate down to jobs or just income in general or whatever is happening, right? But it's finances, it's money. And that can come a variety of different ways. Now, I think what's happening is, now last month it was a little tricky, like we had some stuff going on that we needed to look at. But this month it looks like you're coming to a better place about it. What I'm hearing is you might not be exactly happy with the stuff that you're doing, but you're going with the flow and you're doing it anyway because you know it's what you need to do, right? It's sort of like if you're having a bad day and you have a public service job or a job where you're working with the public, right? Customer service. You can't go in and tell everyone about your bad day. Nobody cares. You're harshing everyone's mellow, right? They want to see you come in and smile and help them have a good day. So that's sort of what this is with your finances, right? Like you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. You might not be happy about it, but you're doing it anyway because you know it's the right thing to do. So that's good news. So things are hopefully getting a little bit better in that area for you this month. The next thing that we want to look at is like our relationships, right? And our connections in life and like kind of in our feels, how we're feeling emotionally about stuff. Because this is another big area people want to know, like what's happening. So I think what's happening here for you guys is, so the Knight of Cups is showing up. And what I'm getting from this is sort of like, you're holding your love back from people or situations or things, whether you're doing it in a toxic way to punish somebody or whether you're just doing it in a way maybe you don't have enough left to give, maybe you're drained for a certain reason, but your relationships and your emotions are not flowing in the way that they kind of should be flowing. They're kind of being held back. And if you are in the opposite position where you're waiting for somebody to show you a little extra love or a little kindness, or you're going through stuff and you're waiting for that support, you might not be getting everything you need this month, right? Because either you or people around you are having this energy where that love and those emotions and things are being held back. So take a look at that before you get mad at people. It's just the energy of what's happening. And if you look at it and you don't like it, then fix it. And the best way to do that is to give those things when you can, right? To give those kind words and to give that love out and to do things where you can. I think a lot of people sometimes too get caught in situations, this person did that or they're not doing this, so I'm not going to do it either. You know what? Suck it up. And do what you need to do to fix the situation. Sometimes it just takes one person to take that step forward that allows the other person to meet them in the middle. So keep that in mind when you are working on your interpersonal relationships and your connections for this month. Now, the last thing we want to talk about this month is spiritually, what's going on with you, because your spiritual practice, your connection to to spirit, to God, to the universe, whatever connection is that you have is very important, and it helps you move and flow through the rest of your life, and it affects the way that you move and flow through the rest of your life. So what's happening with that this month? And I feel like what's happening is you are having a hard time. You're looking for some guidance and you're not getting it. There's a star card reversed here that comes up, and you're really waiting for that. And I think if you're not getting it, what I would say to you is that there are some things that are happening right now in your spiritual practice that might not be working for you, or might not be helping push you down the path that you need to go. And so what's happening is these situations are sort of coming to a close, and the universe is trying to help you out and do you solid and kind of get rid of these things so that you can move forward. And that might be why you're not getting the signs. You're just sort of finishing up old issues. Situations that are no longer fulfilling are starting to fall away, and you're in that in-between space. So if you're looking for that sign and you feel like you're not getting that, or you're not getting the validation, it's okay. You're in kind of a transitional process right now. You're in a space where you're not going to be getting those. So you have to trust yourself and just keep moving forward without getting that validation that you're doing a good job or this is the right way. You have to just keep doing what you're doing and not worry about like, oh, I'm getting the gold star, so that means that I did a good job. You have to find that internally and keep moving without the exterior forces coming in, because things are getting cleaned up a little bit right now for you. So that's what's going on right now for you guys for March. I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys are plugging along and things are going great. And this year is giving you all the things that you need and that you want and that make you happy. So until next time, thank you so much for watching and have an absolutely beautiful day.